Well, listen to this. That guy right there, Florida's Attorney General, has announced he is suing Snapchat, the social media firm, for failing to comply with Florida's law that protects children from social media. The lawsuit claims the app's features are addictive to kids and knowingly lets children under 13 open accounts. That guy in the picture, Attorney General James Uthmeier, joins us right now from Tallahassee. Good morning to you, Mr. Attorney General.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You bet. So what is Snapchat doing that you want them to change?
Yeah, look, in Florida, we're not going to let companies cash in on our kids and expose them to danger. Snapchat is violating Florida's law in several ways. First, they're creating addictive features, unlimited scrolling, live videos, push notifications. We have evidence that corporate leadership wants to create these applications in a way to keep kids on them all day long. And then the way the app works is messages and things disappear right away, which make it the preferred venue for predators and sex offenders to come in, pretend to be other people, seduce our kids, send them harmful conduct, and in some cases try to set up meetings. So it's dangerous. Snap has not been as willing as other social media platforms to work with our state to try to include protective measures, and we're going to hold them accountable.
Indeed. Snapchat put out a statement, Mr. Attorney General. They say this about Florida law. The Florida law does not adequately address age verification and infringes on the First Amendment rights of adults and young people while also opening Floridians up to data protection and privacy issues. There is a current challenge to the constitutionality of the law pending in federal court in Florida, and we hope that the state would allow this challenge to proceed through the proper legal process. So it sounds like Snapchat, Mr. Attorney General, was like, okay, this is in the courts, and they can't go messing with it until it goes through the courts. What do you say to Snapchat?
As long as this is the valid law of the land, we are going to enforce it. Companies do have some First Amendment protections, yes, but they also have a duty to protect our most vulnerable, our children. And 12 and 13-year-olds, they're not allowed to access these applications in Florida. Older teenagers, 14 and 15, can use them so long as there's parental consent and that parents can log in and figure out what protocols they can use to help monitor and supervise their kids. But if they're operating in a cavalier way, if they're allowing predators, we just saw another example last week where a registered child sex offender was operating for months trying to trick kids into doing things that are dangerous. That doesn't fly in Florida, and I'm going to stand in the way.
Sir, there's one other topic I wanted to ask you about. You actually ordered, and I want you to explain this, you said we've got to stop arresting migrants because of some pending legal case. Well, explain that, because a lot of people are going, wait a minute, why can't you arrest them?
Yeah. Well, the media, the leftist media has spun this already. We are defending a state law that was recently executed a couple months ago in Florida that makes it illegal to be in Florida as an undocumented illegal alien. There are some cases up at the appellate level that contradict this law, that claim the federal government preempts us. We disagree with that, and we're very eager to litigate it. But the judge here didn't like that law enforcement was continuing these arrests, which I was okay with, certainly supported, because law enforcement is not a party to the case. And everybody knows, if you're a counsel here in Florida, you can't have something enjoined against you when you're not a party to the case. Nevertheless, our office was ordered to let law enforcement know that this judge believes that they are violating the law and that they should stop. But we are going to litigate this ferociously. We believe we're right. We need to defend state sovereignty. You can't be a state and have law and order if illegals are allowed to just run over the border and commit crimes and tax the state in many ways.
All right, back to the courts. You are a very busy guy. The Attorney General of Florida, James Uthmeier, thank you very much, sir, for joining us live.
Thanks for having me.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.